As you go about your holiday shopping, gifting friends and family and loved ones, think about extending that to making a gift or a donation to the 100 Neediest Cases campaign. It's a long-standing tradition here in St. Louis, and we're going to learn more about it today. I'm joined by Becky White from United Way of Greater St. Louis. You're the Direct Services Program Manager. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having us.
I mean, I always say it's a busy time always for United Way of Greater St. Louis. Amazing work that the United Way does every year, all year, every day throughout the year. But this time of year especially, and we're going to talk about 100 Neediest Cases. People hear about it, they read about it in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, but what exactly, for those who aren't familiar with it, what exactly is it?
Sure. So for more than 100 years, we have been a part of the holiday traditions in the St. Louis region. We started in about 1922 or so, and it's a holiday assistance program where we connect folks who want to make a gift and show generosity this season of giving with folks that need a little bit of help this holiday season. And so it's our privilege to make those connections. People can adopt a family, and their gifts, whether they give actual presents or whether they support financially, can help with a warm coat for somebody, making sure that they have a holiday meal, making sure that they have the things that they need. For some of our folks, it's as simple as being able to afford their prescription medicines. And so, the holiday time is when we think about giving. There's lots of shopping to do, but there's also a celebration of the way St. Louis takes care of its neighbors.
And you emphasize a point too, because I know when we were talking before this, I remember when I was growing up at our school, we adopted a family, and that's a larger, and I want you to kind of get into the details of that, because you're buying sort of gifts and getting gifts for an entire family. So make that distinction if you are to adopt a family that's participating in 100 Neediest Cases.
Sure. So there's, like I said, two different ways to give. You can choose to adopt a family, and in that case, we share with you some information about the family. It's anonymous, so you don't have last names or that sort of thing, but you get information about the age of the family members, and maybe what their favorite color is, or what something specific that they need help with, and that type of thing. And then we ask our adopters to purchase one gift for each member of the family, at least. Many people do much more than that, but it's the season where it's fun to have a gift to open. It's a holiday that's celebrated very publicly and very externally. And if your family's having a hard time, that makes it even harder when everybody else around is celebrating and you're not sure how you're going to be able to do that. So the adopters make that a little bit easier for folks. We all know that the cost of living is going up, that the grocery store, where you make those decisions where it's like, wow, I can't believe that costs that much now. And everybody's experiencing that. And so a gift, either financial or adopting a family, can ease that pain in making expenses and income meet in the middle there.
And I think what United Way, and in this case even with the 100 Neediest Cases, does so well is it can be, if you are making a financial gift, you don't have to pull out your savings. I mean, people, you say, I have seen it on your website, can make small donations as well. It's just, and you were telling me about some volunteers and people who are donors who even just write small checks for $10, $20 and still send that in. Exactly. The spirit of giving can be small or large.
Every gift makes a difference. Whether you choose to support monthly, I spoke with a donor recently, and he gives $75 a month now. He raised it from last year. He is a veteran himself, and he adopted a veteran. And he said, I'm here to support. I was lucky that I have means to do this, and I want to help others. And so it's pretty extraordinary. We'll get checks for $5. That $5 makes a difference. We'll get checks for $50,000. That $50,000 makes a difference too. Every gift means something.
Really gift counts. So
yes.
How I know a lot of people know about 100 Neediest Cases if they haven't participated through it with their school or church or just been an individual donor is the Post-Dispatch, which is a longstanding partner of yours. Talk about that relationship, because people will read about the families in the Post-Dispatch.
Exactly.
So how does this sort of work, this partnership all these years?
Sure. So between the United Way of Greater St. Louis and the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, they sponsor the program and take care of all the administrative fees. So what that means is at every gift, whether you're writing a check or purchasing gifts, 100% of that goes to the families that we are helping to take care of. And so due to their generosity in donating that room in the paper, you can visit them if you receive the paper, or if you go to STL Today, you can read it online as well. But they help to share the story. And so our name is 100 cases, 100 Neediest Cases, but this year over 5,300 families will be participating. And so sometimes that case involves just a single senior who might be living in an assisted living community. Sometimes that may be a family of 3 generations where there's 14 people under one roof who just need some help with that grocery bill. If you can imagine, we had 14 people at my Thanksgiving celebration. Imagine if that's every day. That grocery bill is a lot. And the oldest participant is over 100. The youngest was born last month, and I had the privilege of pulling up that case and entering in that he had made his arrival and adding to his list. Baby weighed 10 pounds, and so he needed, not the newborn we thought, we went with size 3 months for there. But we're a very diverse group, and a lot of our adopters we see, they read something in the Post-Dispatch, they identify, hey, that's my family too. Because I know that journey, I know that story, I want to help someone who's doing that as well.
Yes, to do that. And 5,300 cases. So I mean, when you say literally every gift, small or big, whether you can adopt a family or just make a small donation. And so people can find out more details when they go to your website. I want to ask you though, here we are, we were talking about this, we're like, Christmas is not that far away. Is there somebody hearing this, if both on the side of making a donation, but also perhaps feeling that they fall in the category of needing to be a recipient and be a case in that sense. Is there a cutoff date for that, or how does that work?
Such a great question. So, because it's all about time, right? Yes. So if folks want to give, there really is no cutoff for that whatsoever. They can give us a call at 211. They can give us a call at 421-6060. That's to the 100 Neediest office. If folks are needing some help, they should call 211. The sooner the better. Registration for 100 Neediest Cases closed in September. But that's just one of several holiday assistance programs, because we are lucky that we live in a region that's very generous. And several of those programs are still open. So if you need some help, do call 211. They're going to ask you to put in your zip code, and then you'll talk with a trained person who will connect you with resources in your area. But yeah, there's really isn't a cutoff. If
a cutoff date. So even up until, you're talking like Christmas Eve,
so
up until this.
It's easier to not do it during the right at the holiday. Particularly if you need help, the sooner you can reach out, the better, because you'll have more options then too, of course. But our website, which is 100, so 100 neediestcases.org, is 24/7. You can choose to give online, and we're so grateful for that help. And that helps you become then part of that giving community that we're part of, and it really makes a difference for folks.
I love that you can, on the donation side, it can be year-round. It is year-round, because it's not just like it starts and you're only starting this in the fall. I mean, it really needs that momentum too to go year-round. I was curious to ask before we wrap things up, you've been with United Way for a long time, and that's not meant to be in a beautiful, special way.
Sure.
But what has sort of changed, changes has this program and campaign sort of seen over the years?
Sure. So when in our beginnings in 1922, we raised $400. So we've come a long way, because we typically raise about 1.3, 1.6 each year. Unfortunately, need doesn't know a season. Need doesn't know a time frame. It doesn't know a zip code. I think one of the things that we have seen that doesn't change is that there are people that need help. But the other thing that we've seen through the years is that there are people in this community who want to help. And it is our privilege at 100 Neediest Cases, our volunteer team, to get to be sort of that front row seat and help connect the people who want to help with the people who maybe just need some help. We had a gift given online. We always ask, why did you choose to help on 100 Neediest Cases? And this gentleman shared that when he was a kid, 100 Neediest Cases helped him and his family. And now that things are a little more secure in his world, he has the ability to return the favor.
Yeah.
I get goosebumps when I talk
No, it
about
does.
that.
That's actually, yeah. No,
And
that's
so
beautiful.
it's really a powerful thing to get to be a part of. And it's the season of giving.
It is
So
the
what
season
a
of giving.
better way to celebrate than to help out a neighbor.
Yeah, that's a beautiful story, and thank you for sharing that. There's so much that comes from the act of giving. It really is beneficial to both people and parties participating in it. And again, United Way, a tremendous work always year round, and this is, seasonally, as you mentioned, but year round, 100 Neediest Cases, great work. And so I thank you for being here to share.
Thank you for helping us tell the
Thank you.
story.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Appreciate
We're going
it.
to put that information up on the screen for you. As Becky mentioned, it's really just 100neediestcases.org. You can donate small or large. You can adopt a family. You can go out and get toys. You can go out and get so many things, as we've been saying, for this past 10 minutes, there's really never a cutoff for need and to help and to donate. So please look into that. We have the information. And thank you again.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays.
Thank you. You too. Happy holidays. And happy holidays to you at home, and keep it right here on STL TV Experience St. Louis.